So you've got the lighting computer powered on, and it's doing all this stuff. That's fun. We're not going to worry about MIDI or anything, so you can close the following programs. RTP MIDI, you don't need it. Loop MIDI, you don't need it. MIDI OX, you don't need it. Now, you should have a blank screen. What we'll do now is we'll go to the taskbar, and that is your lighting program. This is 3. Click it, and then you're gonna wait for like a while. It'll auto load to the last show opened, which is Sunday mornings. Youth will sometimes have their playlists in there, which I believe it will happen. It's gonna take its sweet time. Linear time code is the name of the set. Okay, so here's what usually happens, is it will open on this live tab. The live tab is great because it makes changes and doesn't affect anything you've programmed. However, it's not what we want. Right now, the live tab is, there's no X right here. If I make a change on the live tab, that X pops up. If that X is there, anything that is changed on the live tab will carry over. So if there's lights that aren't turning off or lights that are acting weird, make sure this is not present. Just click it to get rid of it. You can also hit this clear button up here. Okay. These are your cue lists. We have one for house lights and we have one for youth. House lights, if you click them, you get your house light cue lists. Youth, you click them, blah, blah, blah. Same deal. You notice there's no lights on right now. What the heck? That's because we haven't plugged this bad boy in. Always wait for this program to be on first before you plug this in. When you do, there's going to be 2 cables back here. It does not matter which one goes where. It's amazing. Plug one in, plug the other in. Boom, lights, easy peasy. You don't have to worry about any of these faders. These just control stuff individually, but we never run it like that. This is the only fader you have to worry about. This is a Grandmaster fader. If it's all the way up, all the lights are on. If I turn this all the way down, all the lights are down. And you'll notice on the program, there's a thing flashing red here. That stands for Grandmaster fader. Wherever you put it is where it'll be. Just make sure it's always at 100%. It's just one little area. If it gets bumped and you notice the lights are darker. Anyways, the way I typically run services is welcome back and countdown are 2 separates because usually I'm running tracks and need that. You're not gonna need it, but I don't wanna go out of the habit of running that way, so we'll keep that tradition going. Welcome back countdown. And then I will have it structured to where the songs here are over here, and very typical space bar advances it. You click on a cue list, and when you click on a cue list, it'll be surrounded by this yellow bar. The yellow bar is the one you are currently looking at on the screen. It's the one you are editing. Clicking on it does not do anything in the room. It just moves it in the editor. If you push in your scroll wheel, that's how you move this around. Scroll in, scroll out, pretty basic stuff. These are all the lights. Very cool. You click once, click off to deselect. You can drag. If you drag, you can select more than one thing at a time. The second click off, it'll be done. Or you could just click like this. They're in groups if you need to adjust, and they're labeled, so like band. By the way, keep this off for everything. Don't use any of these. Stage washes, top, drape lights, all the jazz, main house. So all you do is to change the amount. I'm gonna make it real. I'm gonna go to live real quick to show you. If we clear everything, release clears everything. Completely dark in the room. This stage right here. Once you click it, this menu pops up. Not clicked, clicked. This intensity slider right here and all these numbers is a value of how bright it is. So very basic. There's no color option for these because these are not colored lights. For worship, this one I usually keep around 20. It will take a minute, but it'll get there. I usually keep that around 20. If someone is praying, the middle ones I will boost to 30 to highlight them. During the sermon, what I'll usually do, and this will be set up for you, but just in case it gets messed up. Boom. That is the preferred sermon settings, 0, 10, 30. So there is a bit of a state. Nothing else is lit except for the pastor, and if he wants to move to the side, he has a bit of room to wiggle around. Pretty basic. Hit release to clear that. Okay, these lights, they are in a matrix, so I can do some effects on them. Don't worry about that. Just make sure they stay here. If you select the stage wash, you have the color option now. Intensity, and again, refers to the how much oomph there is. And then this slider here is color. It's so basic and so easy. It's all you really need to know. Just make smart choices regarding color combinations. My preferred is a darker color and then a lighter version of that darker color. Makes the stage look pretty nice. Although, listen, I'm not there. Do what you want. I personally love red and blue. Anyways, during worship, these lights here, these are the house lights. This is the, it's so hard to do through screen. That's that side of the stage. Pretty intuitive. Hello. Okay, we're good. The middle one is the left side for some reason. And this one over here is a weird one. It is the middle light, and then it is a row of lights behind that black bar up there. So it's kind of like that front area. You can kind of see it's like a T. During sermon and other well-lit moments, they're at 100. During video announcements, they're usually at 30 or 20, depending on how cinematic you want the room to feel. And for worship moments, I keep them at 10. We have a brand new ceiling, which looks amazing. I don't really know fully if that's going to change. I'll let you kind of run that one by yourselves. This is our connect room light, which I'm going to go fix later. It is a little off-sided, but I like to keep that one at like 10. Like, it's very bright. It's just pointing out some attention. This one, ignore this one. That is a very weird stage light that I only really use for time code reasons. These are the wall bulbs. 30 is always just a good go-to. Why are these not turning on? There they are. 30 is just a good go-through. So that's kind of the lighting program. Colored lights, stage lights, don't use these. House lights, connect room sign, don't use that. Wall bulbs, yay. Color is controlled here. Intensity is controlled here. If we go back to house lights, keep these to the same. They should never change. Let's go to like a worship setting. The edit a slide, you click on it and make changes. Just as a heads up, sometimes just check the slides ahead when you make any changes, because sometimes a change here will carry through. It's a quirk of I got a text. It's a quirk of the sliding program that is kind of fun if you know what you're doing, but it's also very annoying. Most of you guys know how to run this program, so I'm not going to get too in-depth. If you have questions, text me. Okay, shutting it down. Shutting it down's fun. There's two ways to do it. There's a slow way, there's a sneaky way, and there is a fast way. So we'll pretend service is over, we're on welcome back, pre-service loop is going. There's a slow way to do this, or there's a quick way to do it, and there's a sneaky way. So this quick way is this Grandmaster fader. You shut it down, and then you unplug these two. And your lights will go back to a setting where you can turn them off with the panel over there. I'm gonna plug this back in to show you the sneaky way. Also, just as a heads up, make sure you put that back up. That is confusing. Here's the sneaky way. The only lights that really matter are these ones. So if you turn these ones off, watch this. It'll go out super slowly. And then from there, you can unplug. and then it will super slowly go back. So if there are people in the room and you don't want to cause a big distraction by all the lights coming out, that's the way you can do it. Just as a heads up, don't do what I just did. Go to the live tab if you want to do that, so it doesn't affect the cue list that I just affected. I'm gonna Control Z that. There we go. Cool. All right, here's how to shut down the program. Once you are unplugged and undone, that's a crucial step, then you can shut down the program. It's a little X up here. You want to save? I don't want to save because I messed up some stuff, but normally you'll hit save. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. Hello, blog now. And then you can just shut down and hit shut down, and it will shut down. And that is Lighting Computer. There's a lot more to it, but that should be all you need to know for when I'm gone. I just usually match the light settings to whatever slide is on ProPresenter. This is a long video about lights, but you get the gist. You got this. See you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell for like the next time I have jaw surgery that requires me to be gone for 6 months. Okay, bye.